the thing that I want to get into on Evergreen, I'm going to actually read some of the intel that I got, so it's direct, and I will translate what I have to, but here is more specifics that I got on Evergreen. Subject, seizure of enemy surface vessels and submarines. And then, of course, also, it's translated into, so sometimes it'll be part of it English, some might be a different language. It could be Sanskrit, it could be Russian, it could be Latin, it could be a lot of different things. And there's a reason why it's written that way, but basically there are hijackings of these ships and submarines going on by the good guys. Now, here's what I got. Notification was received, and it says Commanding Officer Colonel SJD authorizes team's mission statement release. So this was now authorized to release it. I'm bringing it to you. Number 2, interdiction mission, Operation Evergreen, and Joint Special Operation Command actioned. 3, active boarding teams given. So on these teams that were, and this is obviously a joint operation, U.S. Navy SEALs, DevGru, of course you guys know what DevGru is, you SEALs, Spetsgruppe A, and that appears to be Russian special operators, Directorate A of the FSB Special Purpose Center. Again, that's their, I guess you'd call it their new KGB. Let's see, Spetsgruppe V team / KBG Directorate V or 5 Vega Group. Then the next one, the subset of the active boarding teams, is our protection team, and I'm going to leave the number out because I don't know. When it says our protection team, this is Overwatch. So I guess at some level it'll tell you who these people are to a degree and what they're capable of in terms of these type of operations. So our protection team, XYZ, infiltrated Evergreen, already aboard, coordinated strike interdiction mission. So here's what it means. Boarding given, boarding cranes were used, access to Evergreen was given, uploading completed, human intelligence, dead on arrival, 1,366 souls, alive on arrival, 1,245. Therefore, by the time they got there, apparently there were 1,366 people that were dead on that ship, which means we know, as I mentioned the other day, that there were reasons why this operation went this way, shut down the Suez Canal, because, you know, any ship in position for ingress or egress, which is coming in or going out, now can be stopped and boarded and their cargo manifests reviewed, and actually go look for cargo on these ships that actually is not on the cargo manifest, and allowed them to do that legally. And then, of course, what they discover, they can go from there. So that was a planned operation for that reason. One of the reasons is this, is that they basically, there is the shot manufactured, obviously, over in that region of the world where it's coming from China and going through the canal to get where it needs to go. Get my battery put in here so we don't lose a general. So as they mentioned to me, Overwatch mentioned to me, like human beings, I'll just call it the shot to keep us from getting targeted immediately. The shot also has an expiration date. If it's not in a certain place at a certain location, or at a certain time, then they probably don't have the capacity for the refrigeration, which I understand has to be like below zero, or possibly. You hear it from what I've heard in the past. Therefore, that means that these things expired and the shots were now ruined. And that was part of the operation. To ruin them, to seize them, ruin them, make them, render them useless. If these things really worked, why would it be setting up operations to interfere with the flow of that? Because that's what they're doing. They know what's happening here, so they're trying to stop it. You're not trying to stop a good solution for the world for a threat like that. You're going to make it happen. Well, they're not. There's interdiction for a reason. They also found weapons on there, and Kirsten mentioned this the other day. There were heavy weapons on these ships, and these ships were headed to 100 different drop-off points, and these weapons were all weapons going to be used to take down or invade or take over the Five Eyes nations: U.S., UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. Their intelligence agencies all collaborate, spy on citizens. Like MI6 will spy on us over here. People, the clowns in America are not supposed to, because it's against their charter. They do it anyways. But at least they can say, oh, we get this from MI6, because they're allowed to give information about, people they found in their countries. Hey, we found this. Hand it over to the clowns in America. And that's how they get around it. So we know about that. We know about the weapons. We know about the trafficking. We know about the shot. That's part of the operation. It does say here, it says confirmed hair trigger alert response. Strategic nuclear weapon at launch on warning status recovered. Interdiction successful. All threats removed. Direct action teams. Success. And then in this intel dispatch, it says strategic nuclear weapon aboard Evergreen was to detonate if vessel compromised. Why didn't it detonate? Well, U.S. Space Force, 21st Space Wing's 4th Space Control Squadron at Peterson Air Force Base, Colorado, jammed the original electronic signal. Vessel then ran aground. Strategic nuclear weapon deactivated. Successful. Undisclosed operators on board Evergreen assisted with mission set. Complete. This was for immediate public release. That's what I'm bringing to you today. That's what's happened and is happening currently with their Evergreen operation.